Do we not?
About the other way around.
Motion to come out of executive session.
Make a motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
We discussed, as Kenny, buy the parking lot out here where the city has a little picnic shelter. I'd like to have a motion for Kenny to file what we call a white claim action,
If necessary.
if necessary.
Make a motion.
Got a motion, got a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Bond issue on the new courthouse. This is ordinances that we've read before and resolutions on other monies we've done. I'm going to read the resolution first. A resolution of the County of Martin approving an interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Martin and other parties thereto regarding the Kentucky Association of County Interlocal Finance Corporation, KCO. Whereas the publication agency and the state experience are continuing.
Hold on.
You have to turn this back on.
Want to do all of it? Whereas the public agency in the state have experienced and are continuing to experience difficulty in economically funding and financing various government purposes at reasonable cost. Whereas the public agency will enter into and have hereto entered into an interlocal cooperation agreement dated as of May the 1st, 2010. As authorized under section 65.20 through section 65.300 in exclusive of Kentucky Revised Statute as amended, the Interlocal Corporation Act, which authorizes the public agency to cooperate and act jointly in exercising any and all parish privileges, authority, capability of exercise by such public agencies in their respective individual capacity. Whereas in order to provide a vehicle for economic funding and financing various governmental purposes of public agency in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the Kentucky Association of Counties has been or will be established under the agreement and under the program Kentucky Association of Counties Finance Corporation. Whereas the program will benefit the public health, safety, and general welfare of the citizens of Martin County. Whereas in order for the public agency to participate in this program, it must enter into this agreement as prescribed in section 65.250 of the Kentucky Revised Statute, which provided for creation of the program. Now third, be it resolved in Martin County, Commonwealth of Kentucky. What this is a bond pool KCO has. We've already done this resolution before 3 years ago. This is something redoing that so we can be a part of the bond pool, get money cheap. Motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
I think this one's a little different as the next one is the ordinance that like I said, we've done several of these too. This is the first reading. An ordinance approving a lease for the financing of the project, providing for the payment security of the lease, creating a sinking fund, authorizing and executing the various documents related to such lease. Whereas the governing body of the County of Martin has the power pursuant to section 65.940 of the Kentucky Revised Statute to enter into a lease agreement with or without the option to purchase in order to provide for the use of property for public purposes. Whereas the governing body of the leasee has previously determined, hereby further determines that the leasee is in need of the project and defines the lease described. Whereas the governing body hereby determines that best interest of the leasee that the leasee into a lease agreement be administered by the Kentucky Association of Counties, the program administrator, and funded by a bank, financial institution, or finance corporation offering the best interest rate and terms, and selected by the judge executive upon the advice of the program administrator for leasing the lease or other project. Now, both of these, this first reading order, don't take a vote. Both of these will be on file in my office for about, if y'all want copies of them, come in tomorrow, and a copy of the agreement that for the bond pool will be in there also.
And also the exhibit A will be there. They couldn't get it to us today, but it will be there.
That's the grant agreement that it refers to. The next thing you see on your agenda is grant assumption and assignment agreement. Liv, I think this is something Keena's given to me.
She asked me to have it put on. I guess it's an assignment from the county to the sanitation board, is that not correct?
That's correct.
So is this something that I have to read in court, or? No?
There's, the resolution,
The resolution you do.
needs to be adopted. It's,
Oh, okay, I see it here.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
two of them, theirs is the last one. You have one for the sanitation, they have to do, and then one we have to do.
This is one mark. The resolution, this is Exhibit 2, related resolution of grantee, then has a bunch of numbers by it. Resolution of Martin County Fiscal Court accepting the grant, approving the grant agreement, and a grant assignment and assumption agreement, and authorizing a representative to sign all related documents. Whereas the General Assembly has appropriated funds for infrastructure projects in 2005-2007 budget of the Commonwealth, whereas the Martin County Fiscal Court, the grantee, has previously determined that in the public interest to acquire and construct certain facilities and improvements, whereas the grantee has previously determined and does hereby confirm that it is in the public interest that the project be acquired and constructed from Martin County Sanitation District, whereas the grantee desires funding from KIA, Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, for the purpose of acquisition of construction of the project. Therefore, it be resolved by the Martin County Fiscal Court of Martin County as follows. Section 1, the grantee hereby accepts the grant award and approves the grant agreement between the grantee and the authority substantially in the form on file with the grantee for the purpose of providing a portion of the necessary financing for acquisition and construction of the project. The grantee hereby approves the grant assignment and assumption agreement between the grantee and assignment substantially in the form on file with the grantee to the purpose of providing for acquisition and construction of the project. Section 3. It's got a blank here.
That would be you,
Martin County Fiscal Court.
right?
The Martin County Fiscal Court is hereby authorized, directed, and empowered by the grantee to execute the grant agreement, the grant assignment and assumption agreement, and all other necessary documents or agreements, and to otherwise act on behalf of the grantee in implementing this project. Now, what this is CDBG money,
No, it's House Bill 267 money.
and that's for the Warfield Sewer.
Right,
And we're signing everything over to the sanitation.
right. And once that's complete, then the sanitation district will be responsible for carrying out the terms of the grant.
And this is contingent upon the state approving it also.
Right. The next step will be for the sanitation district to adopt the other resolution, and then it's sent on to Frankfurt.
And then they have to approve it.
Motion.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Yes. Thank you.
30.
Do it.
This one also has another certification.
Debbie, you gonna give it to the sanitation, do you know when their meeting is?
It's the fourth Monday of June when they meet, and it'll be presented at that time.
Does the whole thing need to be on file on our court, for our court meeting?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
yeah.
suggest it.
You need to sign that, the agreement and the resolution and the certificate that is right behind the resolution.
Yeah, that's for her to sign.
Right, right. And then the agreement will also need to be signed by the sanitation district once they have adopted their resolution.
Now, the CDBG money, do we have to do much the same thing on that, or?
That money has to stay with the county.
Okay.
Debbie, you see any problems once we give it to our clerk for them to get the original, just make a copy for her record? And
That's
the
right.
original can be given to the sanitation board,
Right.
presented to
If I
them.
could pick up the originals,
Okay, can you do that, Madam Clerk? And I'll-
Can you do that on Monday or
I sure
Tuesday?
can.
Okay, we appreciate it.
Debbie, is it possible you can give us a little update as far as where we are with the sewer project? I mean, I know I spoke to you, but I was just wondering if you could let.
Right, well, where we are is we're very close to being able to advertise.
Actually, Viv, I signed that letter to ask for, go ahead, start.
To request to advertise. Well, that's the last thing, is getting that approved. But in order for RD to give an approval for a